Today, let's talk about 3 stress busting ideas that might help you lower your stress and anxiety and help you get to feel a little bit better. I'm Todd Nils Nyholm, a somatic therapist working for 21 years now and the founder of the Nytality method. So, step number 1 is to use your body to get your mind and brain to slow down a little bit. The body is really useful because it's here and now, it's solid, and if you can get your attention on it or in it, it can do a really good job of helping you get outside of the future and the past and the things that tend to stress us out that aren't happening right now. A good way to do that is just to feel your body, get into it a little bit, and then put your attention on your thumbs and hold that attention there for a minute, or at least for 10 or 15 seconds. And now put your attention on your big toes. Now make a circle going from your left thumb to your left big toe, to your right big toe, to your right thumb, and do that circle 3 times. And you can do that circle as many times as you want, but play with it a little bit because you're using your body as a mechanism to help your brain and your mind slow down. At the end of the extremities, you have a lot of nerves. And that's why the toes and fingers work really well, because you're activating a little bit of your nervous system in a different way than you are when you're thinking about the past or the future or the anxieties over here or over there. Your body can really become your friend in this process. Cool. Lots of ways to play with that, but that's a good way to start. Let's talk about tip number 2. You want to practice adapting in your imagination. And I think one of the things that we miss is how important adaptation is. How well can you adapt to your environment, to things that are coming at you, to the changes that are happening? And a lot of that is just being flexible enough to change how you think things should go. So often when we get stuck in that logical part of our mind, that sort of rational, reasonable 1, 2, 3, 4 step kind of mind, we generate a lot of anxiety because things never go to plan. Once your plan hits reality, it's going to be challenged. And what you want to do then is just adapt to the situation. You want to surf with it or swim with it or just even dance with it, just maneuver around that. And one good way to practice that, just in general, is to close your eyes and just imagine yourself going through life. You don't even have to get super specific with the details, and just adapting to things. Something comes up and you just kind of go right instead of left. You allow yourself some freedom, even in your imagination, to just make a different choice. So you don't need to fill in the details a lot. You can let the rest of your mind and your brain do that. Just see yourself adapting into different situations and it coming to some kind of good end where you're happy about the result, or at least at peace with the result. And you can build your own imaginations. You can put it in your environment, like at your house or at work or wherever you might be. And just even in 3 or 4 seconds, you can just do these little like micro imaginations of things kind of working out because you adapted a little bit. And so it might be something like, okay, at work this person's a little difficult for me, and usually I get a little tense and argumentative. So this time what I'm going to do is just use a little different strategy and say, yeah, you're probably right. And just leave it at that without having to be defensive. And so you just quickly imagine that. And maybe you imagine it 3 or 4 times. And see if you just can't sort of chill out your body, your nervous system, the way you feel. It's actually a really potent exercise that will build over time. And like I said, just make little snacks of it. 3, 5, 10, 15 seconds. Of course, you can do much more. But if you're already feeling stressed out and anxious, how easy can you make it? Make it playful. Don't make it work. You want to engage that playful part of you. So let's go on to tip number 3. You can do something that's artistic that will help you draw out that other part of your mind rather than that part that's stuck in the stressful situation. So that could be singing or whistling or dancing, drawing, coloring on things, even just kind of like moving your body a little bit artistically, which is to say with the flow, with a little bit of ease, with a little bit of engagement in the moment. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, and you don't want to judge whatever you do. So if you're whistling, just try to whistle and enjoy it a little bit. If you're singing, don't judge anything. Just enjoy the process of the singing, or even just making the sounds. Or if you can't draw very well, just make some lines and just enjoy the lines. Or getting out a coloring book and just coloring, or even just coloring on a sheet because you like yellow and then you like blue and you like green. You can put all those together. You can just go from one to the other. But ultimately, what you're trying to do is just engage and wake up another part of yourself. A big part of what happens with anxiety and stress is that you get stuck in one part of your nervous system, or stuck with certain programs running within your brain, like a computer stuck with a program that you can't shut off. Part of what you need to have happen is part of your brain to shut off other parts so that they're not running all the time. And that can allow you to sleep better. It can allow you to relax. It can allow you to sort of chill out and hopefully discharge some of the anxiety. Some other good ways of discharging anxiety are just going for long walks or working with your body, exercising. Those things are really more important than you might think. And people often don't do it because they think they need something really, really hard. All you need is something to change the momentum, and then start doing that a bit regularly. And the thing I mentioned about 3 or 4 seconds or 10 seconds or 15 seconds, a lot of what that does is break the momentum. So an object at rest tends to stay at rest. So you want to just move it, get it moving a little bit, and then we can build more and more onto it. So there's a lot more we can talk about with that, and I will make more videos about it. I also have some courses coming out, and there's some information in my books about how to do that as well. So again, I'm Todd, and hopefully come back for more, follow for more tips to feel better, and we'll see you next time.